Pushing through class 17, sorry. Sorry about that.
Ground velocity 738, requesting push and start.
Velocity.
I'm really far too tired to do anything fancy with this one, so.
Push and start approved. Velocity 738, stand by, there's an Egypt aeroplane. Sorry, well, take that back, there's an Egypt 777 in the same gate, that's pushing back as well. Stand by.
Yeah, thank you. I can see his nose wheel undercarriage right in front of me, actually.
Right, and if Egypt 975, were you pushing back through or just still waiting?
Me. We'll be pushing back in less than 15 seconds, sir.
Egypt 975, thanks sir, just an aeroplane waiting for you.
Yes sir, we have to. Apparently the aircraft is under us, just 5 seconds of pushback.
975, thanks. Velocity 738, I'll call you back.
Ground,
Strike. Yeah, Callan. 738, Callan.
Yeah, 738. We're just going to request start, not push just yet.
Yeah, 738, start approved.
Start approved, 738.
Mike Charlie 012, if you haven't already, contact tower, okay. Mike Charlie 012, contact tower, 118.1.
118.1, Mike Charlie 012.
Live takeoff calling again, go ahead.
Oh, he's got on the sun fire, so we're informing you that we're currently rolling back to the push.
Egypt 297.
Class 17.
Yeah, Class 17, I'll take care of you. First taxi, holding point, hotel, runway 27.
Hotel 27, I'm going to just tag X, Class 17.
Class 17, thanks, and you can now maintain initial...
Do you want to plan off 27 then?
Yeah, definitely.
6000, Class 17.
Okay, 55 thirds, cleared to Noumea via Albert 100, maintain 6000, runway 27, Golf departure, Albert transition.
Yeah, I'll use 27 anyway.
Departure frequency 119 at decimal 1.
Cleared Noumea, maintain 6000, departure 27, Golf, squawk 2104, and departure on 119.1 for FedEx 855.
Okay, 55.
Okay, ground, 1471, on clearance to Noumea.
Giant 1471, go ahead, stand by, break under aircraft, calling, go ahead.
Yeah, quick on 8117479 from Noumea requesting...
You happy with all that?
Okay, 811, stand by.
Yep.
Cool.
Ground 8107. Ground 8.
Someone with an 8 in your call sign, go ahead.
Ground 8107 Tango, we're also requesting clearance, we'll stand by.
8107, thanks.
Ground up 5042 heavy requesting push and start.
Doctor 1543, I think it was, push and start approved.
Push start approved, 5042 heavy.
117 at the holding point, contact tower 181.
63.
How about it?
Class 17.
Compensate 32, grade ground, taxi to parking. Parking compensate 32. Okay, John 1471 and... right takeoff calling taxi to parking, taxi to parking.
Okay. 63 it is.
Yeah.
Alright, we're going to try something here. Giant 1471, Clipper 811 in November 8107 Tango. Just listen out for the clearance. I'll give you all your score separately. So all
20,000.
three aircraft clear to
Yep.
Noumea via
Yep.
Alba Pirate. Maintain 6000, runway 27. Golf departure, Alba transition. Score code to be advised, and departure frequency 119.1, and Giant aircraft readback.
Giant, Ground 1, clear to Noumea via Golf, departure via Alba, command 6000,
Golf, weren't it?
departure is 119.1.
Giant 1471, thanks for score code 2410.
2410, Giant 1471.
Clipper 811, your score code. 1is 479, stand by.
Beasts, I suppose.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. Right, A1, we clearance, 27, departure.
What's the CG?
119.1.
Clipper 811, thanks for score code 6545.
Sorry. Yeah.
November 8107 Tango, last year, lead back, break, Delta 2.
Be on the-
We'll go 1,000
Yeah.
as well for
Oh, yeah.
introductions. And then, yeah, we've got 126,
Yep.
138,
Egypt Turbine 75, taxi
Okay.
148.
runway 27.
48. And a CG.
19.
November 8107 Tango, hope you got the clearance from before, just read back score code only, score 4035.
Spot 4035, runway 107 Tango.
Let's go.
Make it no,
Yeah.
Ground flight
So that's for backtrack though, yeah?
Yep.
ground velocity 738, just requesting when we can get pushed back.
738, is just taxi now, thanks for that, push back approved.
Ground Speedbird 47 Charlie for
Okay,
us.
pushback approved and taxi immediately after that.
47 Charlie, you can say again.
Hi, Ground Speedbird 47 Charlie, just a squawk please.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, stand by. Anyone else requesting clearance on the frequency? Just hold down only.
Commerce 479.
Commerce 479, thanks. Anyone else? Speedbird 124, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else for a clearance? Okay, something 155, go ahead.
That was like FedEx 855. We can't route any mistakes for Golf departure at this time.
Okay, just no worries, but I want to expect direct Aldab.
Direct Alba for FedEx 855.
Grand Icon 331 November, request taxi.
321 November. Question 321 November, taxi holding point hotel runway 27, and at the holding point, contact tower 1181.
Taxi, home point, via hotel runway 27 and tower 1181, when ready, account 321 November.
Thompson 1 with the Bravo, Thompson 1 with the Bravo, if you're on frequency, taxi to parking. Alright, aircraft calling for pushback. If your pushback is approved, no readback required. Okay,
Ground velocity 738, requesting taxi to 27.
Velocity 738, taxi holding point hotel runway 27, at the holding point, contact tower 1181.
Takeoff hotel, runway 27 and holding point and contact tower on runway 1, velocity 738.
Okay, the following aircraft was not Qantas 479, Speedbird 47 Charlie, Qantas 479 again, and Speedbird 124. So the three aircraft at your clearance is clear to Noumea via Alba Plan Route, maintain 3000, pressure maintain 6000, runway 27, Golf departure, Alba transition. And score code for Qantas 479 is 1577, departure frequency 119.1, Qantas 479, read back score code only.
119.1, on the 479.
West 479, squawk 1577.
Road 41 with you at Soldier Health.
1577, squawk, corner 479.
Aircraft at Golf, I think Thompson 1 Victor Bravo, give way to the Virgin 737 taxiing on your left, then taxi to parking.
Give way to traffic, then we'll taxi to parking for Victor Bravo.
And Speedbird 47 Charlie, I have Nadi directed me. You can track by Alvab, Alpha Lima Bravo, Alpha Bravo via the star, and dual score code 4717.
4717, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Thank you. Speedbird 124, your score code 3711.
Go straight to ground.
Cruising
Tower, I
well.
don't see any reason why not.
Yep.
90 ground, FedEx 80.
God, get out of that mess. Right, okay.
Pre-flight
full start.
checklist.
Yeah, let's run it quickly.
Inspections and security.
Done.
Oxygen.
Yes.
Flight instruments.
038. I've got 1011 at 70.
Parking brake.
Set.
Fuel control switches.
Set off.
PFD.
I've got. Oh, I can't. Sorry, my brain's gone.
Takeoff speeds.
We have 127.138.148.
CDU pre-flight.
Done.
Taxi and takeoff briefing.
So, full start. Save you
Yep.
your actions, yeah. P anyway. Been repaired. Okay. Cool. Full start, please.
Before start checklist, flight deck door.
Locked.
Passenger signs.
On
Beacon.
both.
Transponder.
Transpondering.
Before start checklist complete.
Going on tower though. Well, that's the frequency, isn't it?
181, yeah, I'm sure it is.
Got the thing there. No tap. Yeah, yeah. There's a tower apparently.
Yeah, 1181.
Saying anything. All these people lining up on live runways.
Yes.
Might have gone.
I have to.
No. I'm just getting beep beep.
Three 43 Heavy in contact tower at that point. Eight.
Right.
Oh, there we go. No. Just getting. No. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I think that's working. Maybe. No reason to think that's not working.
Alright.
So we
Nadi Tower, he's
There we
going on
go.
the 7
Okay.
with you, sir.
Okay.
No,
Sorry about this. Now you settle 3 and 4.
Takeoff from the hotel intersection will be...
Start 3 and 4.
So
3,
before the
4.
call, we'd like to head down to backtrack running 27 and have a U-turn in the back and then start from the beginning of the runway, sir.
Station calling Tower for that request. Take call sign only.
That'll be easy turn on the 75 for the short hotel.
Was that 975, sorry?
That is an affirmative, sir.
Appears to be an awful lot going on.
No, we've not got any duct pressure. AP is running. Sorted, that's it.
Qantas,
Oh, I know why.
Thanks for your patience there. The wind is 200 at 7
It's
knots
fixed,
runway,
but we didn't.
27 clear for
It
takeoff.
needs, I need to turn those switches on in PSX.
Copy 25, clear call. 25, thanks, contact ground now, 121.7, g'day.
Yeah, we've still got these faults.
And Mike Sierra Romeo 975, you're clear to enter 27 and backtrack.
Hey, backtrack 27, Egypt Air 975, heavy.
Yeah, well, let's give that a shot.
In Tower, another 1540. Do we have you with you? Holding short, number 4. Runway 27.
There we go. That's looking
Delta
better.
1543 Tower, g'day, affirm you are number 4, thanks.
I'm going to call him even more.
Nadi Tower, you think you turn on the 75 off the 10 for the departure or the Seabird 47 Charlie before?
Qantas 17 Tower, contact departure now 119.1, g'day. Egypt 975, confirm you're entering and backtracking runway 27.
Yes, sir, you turn on the 75 Charlie Road.
Tower, Spear 47 Charlie, we're just holding short 27 and starting will require backtrack for a full length departure.
1 and 2.
Yeah, please.
47 Charlie, copy, could be waiting a while. I wonder if I can be a little bit cheeky here and get you to jump on the runway across it on Bravo and jump to the back of the queue there.
Get off here.
Well, yes, yes, we can.
Yeah.
Toga.
Toga? Okay. Tower, we'd rather attempt to go from here than go to the back of the queue. 47 Charlie.
47 Charlie, copy, I'll see if I can squeeze you in between the next departures, copy.
Nadi Tower, German Square 752, landing runway 02.
Because if we can get up with the 61 D-Ray.
Yeah, 975, contact departure there, born on 119.1, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
119.1, clear for departure, clear for takeoff, runway 27, you turn on the 700.
And Nadi Tower, Echo 331 November with you now, 27.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Yep, before taxi.
31
Okay.
Tower, g'day, number 2, behind the...
Before taxi checklist, flight controls,
Checked.
anti-ice,
Is auto.
recall,
Checked.
auto brake,
RTO.
flaps,
20.
and ground cruise clearance.
Not required.
Before taxi checklist complete.
Do
Do you want LNAV and VNAV?
Yeah, I'll go for that.
German, whatever, 752, the wind is 270 at 7 knots runway 02, clear to land.
But we could call him ready, couldn't we?
Yep. Tower, Speed 47 Charlie, ready when you are.
Yeah, 47 Charlie, after this next departure, I'll get you to backtrack, just hold position for a little bit longer.
So we don't require a backtrack, we're going to firewall it and go from here.
Like that attitude. Alright, stand by, you're number 2.
Okay, before takeoff,
contact
might as well
119.1.
go for it.
Yeah. So before takeoff, final load sheet.
Oh, we're still waiting on it, but we will continue to wait on it.
Flaps.
20
Trim.
is... Sorry, 6 is set.
Takeoff briefing.
It's an NFFN-NWWW departure, about 400, 500 feet. It looks like it's left turn following the track. Turn will be here, but we're turning.
Right, take terrain on my side. Runway speed, Zebra and VNAV.
Toga VNAV armed. I've got 127138148 set 6,000. 1.7 PR.
Captain report.
Just waiting on that. By the time these guys have gone,
The
I've got it.
transponder.
ATR. Thank you. We've been here before with Worldflight, haven't we?
Probably.
Yeah,
Almost
we
certain.
have. I think they were using the one runway, I seem to remember it.
Well,
It's
no,
painful.
they're landing on.
Yeah, they're still landing there, yeah.
That's
But it's better than trying to get people out.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Tuesday off runway 27 there, current 231 November.
There you go, should be us.
Speedbird 47 Charlie behind the departing A320, line up and line.
You go for it.
Wait behind departing A320, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
Got any custom? Oh, we've got load sheet. Good.
Excellent. And that is compliant.
Tower 8107 Tango holding shot for recoil time.
Come on. Okay, we should be moving there.
Set parking brake, please.
No, we don't want to do that.
No, I know. That's. I think it just needs to go through its. Just want to set the brakes briefly.
No, it's
There you
alright,
go. Got
done. Times you can't get it to work.
Yeah.
And camera report receipt.
Good.
Go, just gonna give us a big
Or take
swing
checks
round.
complete.
Buy ourselves a couple of extra yards. Oops. I got away with that with you, know?
Oh, it's quite short, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll be alright.
Be okay. It'll be
Hold
fine.
it on the brakes.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, keep it rolling. The wind is 207 knots. Runway 27 clear to takeoff.
Clear takeoff 27, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
And Toga.
Deck.
Oh, come on.
Velocity 738.
There it goes.
Patience behind the departing 747. Line up and line.
Behind the departing 747, line up.
There we go, look at that.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
80 knots.
Checks.
V1. Rotate. Easy. Positive rate.
Gear up, please.
Gear up.
thrust, ref, enough speed. Flaps 10 please.
Check, flaps 10.
Don't check anyway. Quality. Construction. Go straight to 1191, I think.
Yeah.
Flaps 5 please.
Let me check the time. Departure speedbird 47 Charlie passing 1,700 for 6. Pardon.
Good. Flaps 1, thanks.
Let me check as well. Departure speedbird 47 Charlie passing 2,100 for 6 on 9 Golf departure.
Flaps up please.
Yeah, flaps up. Departure speedbird 47 Charlie radio check. Thank you.
While you're doing that, it's okay. Okay, not us.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, read you 5 by 5. What was that? Level 380, speedbird 47 Charlie.
No, I just want to get it up before it stopped climbing, that's
Yeah.
all. After takeoff checks.
After takeoff, landing gear,
Up and off.
flaps,
Up.
air conditioning and pressurization.
Coming up, yep. Plus 450.
Standard set. Let's set standard actually.
This, yeah. Passing 7,600. Plus chance.
Altimeters standard. After takeoff checklist complete.
Great, thank you. That was pretty anti-faff.
Yeah.
Checks.
Passing flight level 105-380 standard set.
Updated load sheet.
So I have 232.9.
Okay. Yep. Thanks.
go. Hello again, the stream.
Oh yeah, you've got it. That's good.
Well, well done if you're still with us, because I think a lot of us barely are. So we have a nice anti-faff departure out of Fiji, and off we go to New Caledonia, which should be interesting. Noumea, lots of hills, short runway, slippery when wet. Probably not a problem today though.
No, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Hello, Alphatrix, what are we doing? We are, there you go, there's Nightbot telling you exactly what's going on. So we are a fixed-base Boeing 747-400 simulator. We're in a garage of a house. Most of it is built using parts from real aircraft, and we are currently flying in the process, or very nearly finished actually, flying around the world in 45 legs to raise money for our charity, which this year is the Cure Parkinson's Trust, and we've raised last time I looked just over £8,600 so far this year. We've still got a couple of legs to go. We've got this one after, and then the final leg back into Sydney. And if you know, obviously we'd love to try and get to £9,000 between now and then. That would be great. Now I'm going to recommend that we put in cost index 90.
Already have.
Early. Oh, good. Fine.
Because I was thinking the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's worked
Yes.
flawlessly, so.
And 1,000 to go.
Checks. Sounds like we got out in the nick of time there.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Sorry?
You can turn left now. So we're heading up 120. Left to 120, down to 9,000.
And control.
MS1, turn left, heading 100 now.
Nadi control, hello, Speedbird 47 Charlie, flight level 380. Gunderson, no, this is not Microsoft Flight Simulator, actually. It is PSX, is the piece of software which runs the guts of the simulator, if you like, kind of the flight model and so on and so forth. And the visuals outside are prepared, P3D, version 3.
Most complex of flight plans, is it?
No.
There's sort of an outbound intersection, 462 mile leg, and then to the airport, that's it.
Yep. Well, anti-FAF.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Gunderson, well, I mean, you know, neither of us in the flight deck today are, you know, real pilots, but what I can tell you is that, you know, to do a conversion course, for example, for a 747 is very definitely not a weekend. It's very much, you know, weeks and months worth of, you know, or several weeks worth of studying ground school, simulator sessions, all sorts of bits and pieces.
200
so,
hours of
yeah.
study, probably.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. So initially, to you know, for an ATPL, yeah, you're looking at several hundred hours. So yes, you're right. There is no way that you could learn that much. In terms of actually operating the simulator and learning the procedures that we, that we use within the simulator, we use British Airways procedures. Actually, it's quite straightforward because everything works in flow patterns, and so you do the flows from memory, and especially when you're sitting in a kind of 3D environment, you kind of quite quickly get sort of the muscle memory for where you go with everything. So you kind of learn. So you know, the way the 747 works, for example, is that you work down the overhead panel, the top left, down the centre, down the right, come across, then come down the pedestal. So you work your way across, and it goes through the various actions. In terms of actually understanding the depths and the guts of the systems, that becomes a very that's a rather different matter, and that is something which takes a long time to understand. And you know, when you realise, you know, when you speak to people like Peter, our resident 747 training captain, you understand just how much, or you realise how much you really don't understand about the aircraft and the systems. It's quite something. So you've probably got nose cam. Hopefully you can see some clouds and bits and pieces on nose cam. It doesn't look too bad, does it, actually, looking at that. Mainly because we are a 2-crew operation at the moment, and the buttons are out the back. What is this stream? Pretty much as it says in the description, really. We're a group of friends flying a fixed-base 747 simulator around the world for charity. We're nearly finished. We started in Sydney on last Saturday night, and we're just on our way now to Noumea, New Caledonia, with well, 2 legs to go after this one. So we're getting there, but more information, as I say, on the website, basically. Gunderson, I don't have a PPL. I don't think you do, Dan. No, and no, I don't think. I think there are a couple of us who either had lessons or who have a license, but not many. As far as I can, off the top of my head, we have a couple of real world pilots, you know, airline transport pilots. But yeah, most of us as days just enthusiasts. on the stream, if you've got any questions, do feel free to ask. We will do our best to answer them. It's just about 2 o'clock in the morning. So, what do we do in the simulator? Well, I mean, yes, during the cruise, it's fairly quiet, especially on a flight like this, actually, where we've got a 400-mile direct, so there's not very much to do in between when the aircraft's just flying. But obviously, I mean, you'll notice, you stick around for the approach and landing, then it becomes, things become a little bit more dynamic. We've got real air traffic control to speak to in our headphones from which is provided by live people around the internet. And of course, the other thing that we're doing is, keeping an eye on the progress of the flight, and the state of the status of the aircraft, the status of the systems. What's the anticipated landing time? So we've got 514 miles to run to Noumea, New Caledonia, and we're expecting landing there at just about 3:15 GMT, which is just about an hour and a quarter or so from now. Goodness, yeah, if you're looking, the view that you've got at the moment, so on the right hand side of the screen at the top, you have what we call our primary flight display. So essentially that display, or the format, the information that we have on the display hasn't changed very much for as long as aeroplanes have had instruments. Yeah. No, I don't know. Hopefully the stream's still going. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to fix it.
Didn't get out.
So on the primary flight display we have the attitude indicator, first flight attitude direction indicator, which is the big blue and brown square in the middle. It tells us whether we're the right way up, effectively, bang angle. Along the top, you have to sort of lean in a little bit just to... down on the Yeah. Hello everybody, sorry I think I've been out of chat. Oh, and now I can't see anything. Do we sit there and do nothing? No, not really, actually, to be honest. I mean, actually, I think, I mean, actually, this particular flight is one of the less eventful ones, what we tend to be doing is updating the flight progress. Dan, can you just have a quick look at the whether ATC's online? So what we're tending to do is going through updating the flight progress. We've got our flight plan, and we're monitoring the progress of the aeroplane or the simulator. You know, as we continue on our journey, because we haven't got very many waypoints, as it were, on this particular route. Oh, he's back. Exactly that. So, we're keeping track of the progress of the flight. We're also, as we get closer to the top of descent, which if you can see our nav display, which is down at the bottom right-hand side, then as we get a little bit closer to that, then we start thinking about how we're going to fly the approach at the other end. And of course, as you can hear in the background, we're speaking to ATC, making sure that following any instructions that they're giving us, avoiding other aircraft that are in the air, and they're keeping track of our fuel, keeping track of our progress in general. Nadi radio, Speedbird 47 Charlie, flight level 380. And Nadi radio, Speedbird 47 Charlie, flight level 380. Do we ever mess up in the simulator and crash? We try not to. As I say, we try and operate as realistically as possible, you know, and that includes not crashing. In essence. It's not to say that we don't have the odd moment. So who are we talking to? So we're talking to real people. We fly on on a network, an online air traffic control network called VATSIM. And so the other aircraft that you're hearing speaking to air traffic control at the same time are real people, also maybe on desktop flight simulators, you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator or something like that, X-Plane, P3D, all connected to the same network, all flying their simulators and speak to real people acting as air traffic controllers. So yes, there are other, so they're not, the other aircraft aren't simulated as such, they are actually real people flying their, you know, in most cases desktop flight simulators, but in this event, you know, there are I think 6 or 7 full fixed-based, full-sized simulators like this one that are flying. We're all flying on the same network in the same airspace, so we see them all. You know, they see us. It's pretty impressive, actually. Which team is winning? Well, we don't. It's not a race. You know, there are lots of us. You know, but no, it's not a race. We just all go round in our own way, raising money for our own charities. It's enough of a challenge to complete the complete the course, as it were, to just to get around without various bits, you know, of these simulators, which are incredibly complex machines. You know, I mean, the amount of electronics, wiring and bits and pieces that are going into that go into it, you know, it means, you know, different pieces of software all trying to speak to each other. It means that it can fall over every now and then. We've been very lucky this year. Our sim's been running very smoothly, and it's testament really to PSX, say the software which, you know, runs a flight model and the graphics and all the the flight model and all the kind of instruments that you see in front of us, the PFDs, the nav displays and so on and so forth, and also the stability of prepared as well, P3D. Thank you very much indeed for your donation. I have just tried to bring it up so I can see it, but I can't see who you are because you're behind me. But thank you very much indeed for that. I'm sure whoever is outside will say, will name check you or will tell me who you are, so I can thank you properly. But as mentioned, you know, we've been, you know, this year has been, you know, by far one of the best years that we've had in terms of raising money, and you know, we're up to around, what is it, £8,600. So in the cockpit, are all these buttons really needed, and are they all used at some point during a flight? Good question. Are they all needed? Yes, is the short answer, on the basis that Boeing have put them there, and they put them there for the reason Are they all used during the course of a flight? No, they're not, because a lot of the time you're only most of the buttons and controls that you see, particularly on the overhead panel, you would only use in an abnormal situation. So to run you through, and hopefully you can see a little bit on the overhead. I know that it's not very large at the moment. I'm sorry, I can't change the view from where I'm sitting at the moment. But to run you through the way that the flight deck's organised, at the back you can see, you probably see on the camera at the back, you know, certainly on nose cam, you can see stretching towards the rear of the cockpit. You can see the circuit breakers. So in our simulator, most of these are non-operational, but PSX does simulate all the circuit breakers, and I think the eventual plan is that they will all be wired up, and they will, if you pull a circuit breaker, it will, you know, produce the expected response. Some of the equipment that we have in the flight deck is wired up to the circuit breakers precisely to stop it from, you know, so we can stop it from catching fire if we need to. As you move down, we then have our sort of electrical and hydraulic systems, so with the electronic engine control. So these switches, they stay in a normal position, and we tend to, you know, we don't touch them unless there's an abnormal procedure, something wrong with the airplane that means that we need to play with them. IRS selectors, do our navigation displays. We then have the electrical panel. Again, most of that is normal, you know, is left in an on or an automatic position unless we need to change something in an abnormal configuration. So generators, so these switches up here, you'll probably see us playing around with on the ground. So that's our source of electrical power on the ground when the engines aren't running. So we can either use the APU, which is a little engine in the back of the aircraft, or external power. Basically plug the aeroplane into the airport, into the gate. Further down, you know, we have some hydraulic controls. So again, these get turned on and off every flight to pressurize the hydraulics. On the center of the panel, we then have things like the fire panel. So again, obviously not used in normal operations. If we did have a fire or an engine fire or something like that, then these are the fire handles that we'd use to extinguish it and fire the extinguisher bottles. Finally, engine start switches, so obviously they get used every flight. Fuel pumps, so again they get turned on and off every flight. Anti-ice, lighting controls down the front that we use all the time. And then moving over again, we have the pressurization panel that we again, mostly is automatic in its operation, so we don't tend to do too much with that. We might, the only thing really that we use on this panel on a routine basis are the pack control selectors, which are the systems which provide the air and provide the pressurization of the aircraft. So we turn them, we have to turn them off for the engine start. Turn it back on again afterwards, but again, other than that, in abnormal operation, or in normal operation, they don't. They're automatic. Along the front, the MCP here, mode control panel. So this is how we control the autopilot. So obviously that gets quite a lot of use. Various controls as well to display different types of data. So, for example, I can change the navigation display, range, the data to detail and stuff that I have on the nav display. And that's about it really, actually. The only other thing which is left is down the front here is our flight management computers, which are the aircraft's navigation computers. So we put the route and all the detail in there, and the aircraft can navigate its way along. So yes, in short, are they all needed? You know, at one point or another, probably, depending on the situation that you find yourself in. But in routine operations, a lot of stuff is automatic and doesn't need manual intervention.
The vast majority of switches are only used when something goes wrong.
Yes. No problem. I say actually the only other thing which I didn't really speak about was the pedestal, which is down here, sort of between us. So again, that's one of those things where it looks like there's quite a lot of things, but actually most of it is all duplicated. So we've just got radios, so 3 radios, all pretty much identical. So one left, one right, and one centre. The centre one we don't use; it's used for data link communications. Left and right, just 2 separate radios, identical in operation. And then sort of an audio control panel for each of us to enable us to select what we're hearing in our headsets and how loudly. So things like which out of those 3 radios we can listen to 1, 2, or all 3 at the same time, adjust the volumes individually, adjust the level that we hear each other, the interphone system, the PA, and things like that. Then finally, just down the back here, things like the cabin signs, so the no smoking and the seatbelt signs, and some other communication buttons.
Do we have any idea what this arrival might be?
Let's have a look, shall we? What did I do? Got
iPad.
an iPad, yeah. So what's the weather?
It's going to be runway 11.
Runway 11. Cool. Now let's see what Peter has to say, shall we, about runway? So initial approach, expect an Adora 1-star Mises transition. That sounds pretty straightforward. Then after that, the Procedure 1 to SAMID transition for the ILS 11. It does note that the stars don't connect up terribly well. Expect track shortening downwind. So Adora 1, ILS 11, and Mises. It is a very pretty approach, says Peter. Can we turn off the no smoking signs? Actually, I don't think we can, because although you can turn the switch to off, British Airways have it wired so that it stays on anyway. So you'll notice that even if Dan turns the switch to off, it stays up on the ICAS. And the light actually that we got outside the deck stays on as well. Yes, there is terrain. So what do we got?
Exercise twice, so we can cross. I reckon we can cross around about 6,000 for then about the approach. I see, that's why
There's a seatbelt and no smoking sign outside the sim. Yes, just above the flight deck door, just outside, is a seatbelt and no smoking sign, and it is driven by this.
Right, okay. Thank you. Transition out.
11,000 transition.
Thank you, okay.
Actually, let's bung that into descent page.
Thank you.
Oh no, didn't want to do that. Forecast.
Nadi lad, thanks very much for following us all this time, and maybe we'll see you in the morning. Be good.
What are the spare seats behind us in the flight deck for? Well, because this is a replica of a full-size 747-400 flight deck, those seats are there in real life as well, and they are the observer seats, or the jump seats, as you might hear them referred to. So as far as we're concerned, we tend to have someone sitting, you know, when it's not 3 o'clock in the morning, I tend to have someone sitting behind us there, and we have a little instructor station just to the right, just behind me, where we can control things like Twitch, and someone can keep an eye on the chat, for example, whilst, you know, the two pilots in the front are monitoring the aircraft, as it were. You know, and generally be an extra body in the flight deck. In real life, you know, if there was an extra, if you had an extra crew member, or sometimes 2 extra crew members with particularly long flights, they would be on those jump seats, at least during takeoff and landing. Hello, Lucas One, welcome back. Worked, never mind. Good. I mean, we're going to get vectored, aren't we? Basically.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But I guess the thing to bear in mind is that there is quite a lot of terrain, and we're going to go straight over the top of it.
Yeah, and then come back round.
Exactly.
So, I've planned Lima Takeoff Squad 7, which is above MSA, so
yeah,
see what we get.
Yeah.
And the star should keep us above that.
Yeah, looks good. So the runway itself is 3,200 meters, which is all right. But the problem that we have is that there's no taxiway at the end. So ideally we want to try and get off there. So Peter suggests auto brake 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Auto brakes 4 should do it.
Right.
If not, we'll just. I mean, if we miss it, I mean, we'll aim to get off on Charlie, I suppose, onto the apron there, and if not, we'll just have to roll to the end and backtrack. But
yeah. Okay, we'll go for it.
Yeah.
Are we vacating left?
Left, yeah. So civil apron's there to the left. So I reckon let's go left. And that's orange, which is never a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go left onto Charlie if we can.
Okay. Well, you got 2 bites in it, haven't we? Potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. So that looks good to me. Let's do that. What did you have for the weather?
Nothing to worry about.
QNH?
It's 1012.
1012. Do you do anything with your feet like a car, or is it all with your hands? Yes, you do things with your feet. In fact, it's unlike a car where you're just sort of steering, obviously, in 2 dimensions. You have, you know, all your hands and feet are doing something actually when you're manually flying. Well, any aircraft that includes, you know, something like a 747, so you've got obviously the yokes for pitch and roll, so nose up, nose down, rolling left, rolling right. We've got the thrust levers in the centre, and then your feet are rudders for yaw, so those sort of swinging left and right, and mainly used on the ground, to be honest, in the later stages of a crosswind landing, something like that, and brakes as well. So you're steering with your feet during the takeoff roll, and we also have a tiller on the captain's left, which we use for steering on the ground at low speed, which controls the nose wheel steering. Anything else? Oh, minimums.
340?
330, isn't it, for the ILS?
Yeah, I'll let you do your side
first. Do you want terrain on your side? Or?
Yeah, there'll be a bit more to see, won't there?
Yeah.
Probably. That one's get a bit low.
Where are we landing? We are landing in Noumea, which is New Caledonia. So just a little bit in the South Pacific, just about 600 miles or so off the coast of Australia. So almost there on our world tour. World. How long till we land? Let's see. So we're expecting, yeah, about an hour. So we'll start to descend probably in about half an hour or so, and then it takes about half an hour to descend and land. Right, probably a little bit sooner than that. So I'm going to put 280 in for the descent, if that's
yeah,
you're happy with that?
Go for. Yeah.
So Adam, this is a Boeing 747-400 fixed base simulator. Got the charts on your side, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I can bring some up on the side as well. 183.
Coming up, is it?
Possibly.
Was it not 128 decimal?
Oh, I thought.
Yeah, I know. I kind of agree, but that's a tower frequency to me.
Let's try once more. Try 128. Oh, there we go. That's it.
139, descend. 139, descend to 9,000, QNH 1012.
Descending 9,000, QNH 1012, going 300.
Sentinel Speedbird 47 Charlie, flight level 380.
Standard 47 Charlie, expect distincts identified. Runway 11 explosives.
Spectalis runway 11, Speedbird 47 Charlie. Well, that's a good start.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. We're going to get vectored at some point, so it's inevitable. Okay.
So Adam, it's PSX is the guts of the simulator. So that deals with the flight model, the aerodynamics, the all the instrument displays that you see in front of you, and then the outside view is P3D. So So if you're watching on the stream, so what we've done is we've just set the aircraft up really for the approach. So we've popped in the minimums for the approach, which you can see at the bottom of the bottom right corner of the primary flight display. It says Barrow 330. So if we don't see the runway by that height, then we would go around, put the weather in. Noumea is very nice today, so I'm sure that won't be a factor. We've also worked out our approach speed, so you can see that appear on the left-hand side. Flap 25, 150 knots, and we've pre-selected the barometric pressure setting, the setting for our altimeter, which is 1012, which is down the bottom right-hand side. Wiltshire, we use British Airways procedures. So all our checklists, our manuals, quick reference handbook and so on is all the real stuff that British Airways use.
Hi, Hardy.
Hello, Hardy. Yes, it all looks very nice, doesn't it? Adam, so that this is, yeah, I mean, we have a 737 simulator which is in a different location, but essentially this is a 747 and that is it. You know, obviously all the hardware, all the software is all customized towards it being a 747, so it's not really something that you can swap between different aircraft types very easily.
Yeah, we got this one set up a bit earlier, so it should be a bit smoother. We got down fine in the end.
Second chance to achieve fly a decent descent.
You changed the speed nice and early this time. So.
Yeah.
This sim took about 18 months from a hole in the ground in the garage to what it is, but it's still a work in progress. It's another 2, 3, 4, 5 years, depending on how long they want to carry on.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's never finished, you know. There's always something else that you can add to it or, you know, improve, make better.
Screen-wise, Kate's good. You'd have to ask Gary that who built it. I mean, it's 3 projectors, essentially on a curved screen. But apart from that, I can't really tell you anything more. I don't know if you know anything more, Simon.
Hardy, no, they didn't work, unfortunately. I could try. I tell you what, I could try getting some route data because that might help.
I'd say I didn't put the winds in. I was.
There we go. So we'll see. Oh, there we are. Let's load that. Execute them. And then we'll go VNAV, forecast, and request. Decimal 82. Maintain Mac decimal 82 speedbird 47 Charlie. Load that. How do we get it to all work together? Well, and again, Gary, who's the sim owner, would be the person to speak to you about that. But in short, with you know, a great deal of what's the word? Expertise. You know, so a lot of these parts are real aircraft parts. You know, the overhead is all real. The thrust levers, throttle quadrants are all real. This panel here, this EFIS panel, that is real. You know, we've got a real MCP panel which will go in once they've worked out how to interface it. And getting all of that stuff to interface with PSX and interface with P3D is hard work, and you know, required a lot of custom software to be written by, you know, people within, you know, the team, as it were. Miles and miles and miles and miles of wiring and circuit boards being created, and you know, all manner of stuff. It is, you know, not an undertaking for the faint-hearted. And I don't know how it works.
Descent checks.
Descent checklist. Recall.
It's checks.
Auto brake.
4.
Landing data.
25, 150.
And approach briefing.
So we can expect to go descending towards Limtagroska, out over the field, out over the coast, and then back round, vectored.
Yep.
I imagine.
That's good.
Do me. That's all I can manage.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I guess the only other thing is what's the go around like? I guess we have to turn right, don't we, to get away from the terrain?
Turn right, climbing to
6,000.
Yeah.
Alright, so can I take it?
Oh, yeah,
Yep.
sorry. Yes.
Cool, no worries.
Shall I call for descent? Or a bit
yeah,
early, isn't it?
a little bit early, but give it 15, 20 miles or so.
Direct Total and descent flight over 290, speed 47 Charlie. Sierra Alpha Romeo Papa. Mike.
Put him.
Sam. Saram, sorry. Spear 47, Charlie. Okay.
With that one, I guess.
Yeah.
There it is. LF.
Oh, okay.
So it's not going to be that, obviously. It's going to be something else. So insufficient fuel. Yeah, so then Samid, I think. Happy with Samid afterwards?
Yeah, well, see how we go, but so that should work, yeah. Yeah, it'll bring us round and in that way, won't it?
Yeah, but it's more representative than anything else, isn't it?
Yeah. It'll reduce the amount of lecturing, hopefully.
So actually I'm going to go vertical speed.
Adam, the routes on the Facebook page or the website, which is worldflight.com.au. The most interesting one I've had this week is Quito, which is down a valley, the old airport. That was interesting.
So that should be the MSA sectors. Can we put the outside view up? Possibly, if there's, I could sort of maybe hear some movement outside, and maybe somebody out there could pop nose cam up for the arrival.
Go at getting out, and I'll go and do the camera.
Cool. Okay. My radius. the hardest airport. We've landed at. Well, we've had some. As Dan mentioned, we had some pretty sporty approaches into places in South America where it's very high up, and therefore you're landing very quickly at a very steep angle because you're going so fast. So we did an approach into a place called Arequipa in Chile, sorry, in Peru, which was about 8,000 feet up and was pretty challenging.
What the hell is going on in the background of his room or something?
Who knows? Who knows? Your radius.
Thanks.
Oh, there's an island down there. Do we take requests on different flights? Well, I mean, we're this week we are we're flying, as I say, an organised event called Worldflight, which you know, the route is pretty much set. So in that sense, no. At later points during the year, and when we do other bits and pieces, then. Sometimes more fluid, but
if people have good suggestions, then we might, but not for this week, because this is, Simon says, all laid out, scheduled quite tightly. We're estimated landing at 0324 now, which is in 25 minutes.
Just at 280 knots in the speed window, and we're going to come down at about 500 feet a minute at the moment. We've still got just over 100 or just under 120 miles to run. We've got 75 miles to run to the next waypoint, so we're going to might just start that coming down a little bit quicker.
As we go.
Check. Gonna nudge him for further descent.
Yeah, I was wondering. Cleared somebody else at 29. 901247 Charlie.
Flight level change. And set QNH. Hold flight level change speed. And I've got QNH 1012 set.
285. Lost checks.
Check. Now there is a note, there's a small group of hills on final at about 12 miles. We could get a terrain caution if we try and turn in for a longer final than that.
It looks like that's not what the routing would suggest if that's the way we get taken.
Yeah. We'd just be aware of that. If they take us in tighter, then obviously we'll need to make sure we can figure it earlier. They're a little bit high, so I'm just going to bring the speed up slightly. So, thrust levers are at idle. Got no, the engines are just idling, and
Approach 1197 Charlie, thanks. Bye.
yeah, that's just out.
Approach Speedbird 47 Charlie, descend 9000.
So we're going to bring the speed back again to 280, so we're now back, I should be back just about nicely on profile.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, go out to main distance.
Sorry. 7000, Speedbird 47 Charlie.
1000. There's the island, so it's pretty mountainous. Direct TOSM after Sarum, and then we'll expect the ILS DME runway 11 approach, speedbird 47 Charlie. Thank you. Yes, November Whiskey then. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, he is keeping us quite tight in, so he might get some of those warnings
that's
actually.
Going to be a little bit. TOSM is what, 25 miles out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably going to cross about 10.
Yeah. Well, a bit lower than that. Probably more like, what's 25, 325, 7.5. 7.5 to 240 knots or so, decreasing. No more than 250 certainly. Speed up a little bit, just see if we can get a little bit more profile. Down. So you notice as I just wind the speed down, the nose of the aircraft just starts to pitch up a little bit, reduces the rate of descent. Kind of a little bit like being on a roller coaster. Quite as violent.
From Sarum cleared the ILS DME runway 11 approach before Sam Charlie.
Okay.
Oh, we just
Can we go lower than 7,000? I guess we can.
yeah, it's 6.4.
6.4, isn't it? Oh yeah, there it is. Well, 7,000 round a tower match, isn't it? So let's leave that in. I'll bring that back actually. Yeah, 38 miles. Just slightly high and slightly fast actually at the moment, but we'll not too bad. 10,000 feet, altimeter checks.
Cleared ILS approach, runway 11, speed 47 Charlie.
Okay, so we're going to go 3,500 feet. And that's to D14. Flaps 1, please.
Flaps.
Miles, 7,500 feet. There we go. How about that? Oh. Flap 5, please.
Flap 5. Visual.
Check. Do that. Speed, glide slope. Localizer just coming in. Actually, we could do. This is actually 7,000, so I'll set that. There's a note also to climb to 2,000 feet prior to level acceleration. Now, is this going to come in enough? Or am I going to have to heading select it? I'm just going to go to heading select.
Okay.
To get it to...
Yeah, just tweak it. Capture.
Is that alright for you, Hardy? Localizer.
Capture.
See the airfield?
Yep.
Oh yeah, no,
Right
I do see it now.
Yeah.
I see the big blank patch of ground where the airfield should be.
Bit of give up. 1181, speed of 47 Charlie, thanks, bye. Approach checklist.
Yeah, approach checklist, please.
Altimeters.
1012 set.
And check.
Thank you.
Tower, hello, speed of 47 Charlie, 12 DME. confidence, does it?
Oh, good.
Speedbird 47 Charlie, put your brakes runway 11. American 3921, please take off. So correction, line up.
Oh god, thank you.
American, my bad. 3921, please take off runway 1. On departure, control 119. Take off.
Flaps 10, please.
Flaps 10. Speed checks.
Radio altimeter.
Barrow check. Gear down, please.
Gear down.
And flap 20.
Flaps 20.
Thank you. Flap 25, landing checks, please.
Clear to land, runway 11, vacate Charlie, speed 47 Charlie. Speed brake,
Armed.
gear,
Down.
flaps,
25.
cabin report.
Received.
747, direction behind the landing 747, line up and way behind. That will be the way.
A little bit of drift, actually, isn't there, I think?
Just a little bit of crosswind, right.
Yeah. About 10 knots across.
Okay, I have control.
You have control.
1000.
Label.
For now.
Are you ready for the immediate departure after landing 04?
Do you want full reverse, by the way?
Yeah, let's go full reverse, just try and make that intersection. It's not a bad idea. A bit high, aren't they?
Get a bit high.
Yeah.
Bottom hat, probably you want.
Yeah.
Well,
50 above. Decide.
Landing.
check.
Seems quite steep.
Yeah.
I've got above it, haven't I?
Yeah.
That's why it seems quite steep.
A little bit of.
100.
Okay, we're probably not going to make that, so are we?
50.
Not going to get touchdown zone.
20. 10.
Yeah, full reverse.
Full reverse. Reverse is normal.
No, we're not going to make it. Go idle reverse, please, and we'll just roll through. Manual braking,
Check.
forward, reverse.
Tower speed at 47 Charlie with Mr. Turnoff, but we can backtrack,
Or we can take the grass.
or we can take the grass.
Okay, Speedbird, 47 Charlie, backtrack is not offered today. I need you to turn left and touch you on the grass to tackle a risk.
No problem, we will do that. Speedbird 47 Charlie.
You want to clean up?
Yeah. So let's do that.
That was alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Managed
Good
to get
work.
a little,
Let's
just
just
little
check the
kick of rudder
brakes.
just
They're
to
all
try.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Nicely done.
That was 6 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. Once you've done all that sort of stuff, you want to kill the middle too, because she's really,
Yeah.
thanks.
So after landing, speed brake is down, exterior lights are set, weather radar. Let's dump that. Let's dump the. We've already dumped it. Flaps are up, transponder. Next PDR. Stab trim 6 units when you get a chance. So,
I think
whiskey
we'll
and then
stick
we'll
at the other
just
side
stick
of the
it. Yeah,
giant.
I think so.
I mean, you're just going to end up on the grass here, aren't you?
Yeah.
Behind landing, airlock 318, random headlight, runway 11 behind.
Next to the New Zealand.
You reckon we could stick it
Yeah.
here
that's
somewhere,
in that
couldn't
gap,
we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cross 81, can you hold your runway 1? Cross 81.
Have you done the after landing?
I have.
Okay. Thanks.
Hey, Colin, taxi to your left, you missed taxiway Charlie. Taxi, turn left, turn off the runway to your left and taxi on the grass. Big taxiway on the grass.
Okay.
Okay, that's onto the grass and back into the bay, going 311.
Okay, yeah, shut down, thanks.
It's on.
Saturday, on the Nadi Alpha.
Extra of the code, can you just call again? Missed it.
Saturday, on the Nadi Alpha.
Bonus line Alpha, 15, hold the runway 11. Thank you.
Nice, on the Nadi Alpha.
That's about it, isn't it? Nearly. Just do that.
97, continue approach, expect late landing from runway 11. Brake, trying to 725.
Shut down checklist then, please.
Submit limits. Sorry.
It's alright, sir.
9.5 upon airborne. Here for 2 cover runway 11, we have press approach 1 notch, here, so I'm started 25 today.
Okay. Parking brake.
Is set.
Hydraulic demand pumps.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Beacon.
Off.
Doors.
Open.
Fuel control switches.
Cut off.
Transponder.
Standby 2000.
Bell signs.
Off.
Thanks,
Lovely.
Simon.
Thank you very much.